May Almighty's peace be upon you. A very happy morning to everyone. So, in today's world, as we are facing against COVID 19, this is an apt topic, a suitable topic for you to discuss. Yes, generally we hear saying health is wealth, isn't it? So, health is wealth. If health is lost, something is lost. நோயற்ற வாழ்வே குறைவற்ற செல்வம். So all these things we hear because health is very important factor in our life. If we spoil it, then totally many things we lose. So that's why we should be healthy enough to survive in this world, to act with others, to live with others. So health is wealth. So today we will be discussing something about human health and diseases. Human health and diseases, which is 7th chapter in your Zoology. So my dear students, when we speak about health, what is health? In this session, you should answer my questions now and then. I'll be asking so many questions to you because we see everything, all types of diseases around us, how healthy the people are. So I will be asking you many questions and you should respond to it. That is my first condition in this video. My dear students, what do you mean by healthy body? Human health. Yes, tell me. What do you mean by healthy body? Yes, free from diseases, isn't it? Okay, free from diseases. Only is it like we don't have any diseases, so I don't have fever, or I am not diabetic, or I am not suffering from any types of bacterial or viral diseases, then do you say that I am healthy? Do you? Yes. Half of the people are saying yes and half of the people are thinking that sir will say no only. So what will be the answer? Yes. Actually, WHO, World Health Organization, has defined health in different way. Health is nothing but health. When you say health, it is state of complete. So when we say complete, it's overall, everywhere. What are the things in it? So when you say it is physical, as you say, I'm healthy, I don't have any body pain. So it is physical. At the same time, it is mental health. Your mind should be healthy. So we say mental problems, isn't it? So the stress, tension, all such things, depression, anxiety, everything, it should not be. So even your mental well-being is considered as health. And third one is social well-being. How do you deal with others? Many people will be very healthy. So they will be healthy enough to do all types of works. But when they go out, when they meet people, they don't talk well. They don't move with people friendly. So that is also disease only. Okay? Don't point out some people that you have disease when they don't move very well with you. But understand that it is the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So all the three come under the topic health. Now, in this era, there is fourth one which is not given in your book, which is spiritual. Spiritual health is also there. So, how you pray, so that type of character. So, these things are said to be health. So, health is nothing but it is the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So how do you get this health? Okay, what are the things? How do you get this health? Generally when you see, the physical health you get from physical exercises, the regular exercises. That is very important, I am not writing it. Then again personal hygiene. regular exercises. These two are very important. And third one we can say as balanced diet. Balanced diet is also equally important in maintaining our health. Okay, that is why we say if we eat properly, nothing will come. The timely food and the nutritious food. How there is a separate course called Siddha medicine. It is everything natural only. Naturopathy is there, BNYS. Everything natural. It means that if your lifestyle is good, your health will be good. That is what these things we will be discussing in this lesson. Now, let's see what is a disease. Disease. I'll just split it. Dis-ease. That is not easy. Isn't it? Actually, ease means comfort zone. You are in a comfort zone. You are very good. But now, dis-ease. You are not in a comfortable zone. You have some problem. That is why we say it as disorder. Disorder. It is not order. Some problem you have in this. So, disorder. Disorder. Okay. So, or we can say malfunctioning. Malfunctioning. Malfunctioning of mind or body. So if it is so, then we can call it as disease. Then how these diseases occur? There are three types we can say. One is morphological diseases. So which we see. Okay, if I have some skin rashes, if there is anything or albinism, all that will be seen. Morphologically you can see. Or sometimes you have some problem in the eye, everything that is morphologically. You know that. Okay, one thing. Then we can say physiological. Physiological means in normal functioning of our body's internal organs, if there are any problems inside, in the functioning, if there is any problem, that is physiological. Then third one, what do you think third one as? Morphological I say, that is external organs. Physiological I say, functions of the internal organs I say. What will be the third one? I started with P, isn't it? Of course it is psychological. Psychological problems also will be there. Okay, now in 21st century we can see many people with this problem. Okay, this is not good, that is not good, I don't have friends, my friends are not talking to me, I have problem in my family. Everything. Okay, some psychological diseases are also there. You will be dealing it well in your higher studies actually. Schizophrenia. Many diseases are there. Okay, you will be very interested to know such diseases also. So, psychological diseases. Now, the next thing, how these occur? How do they occur? Okay, so when we say something like physically it may occur. Physical in the sense we can say as some injury, fracture, bone somewhat cracks, all. So it is physical. Some due to some physical problem it occurs. So physical problems are there. And even chemical problems are there. Our hormones or enzymes, those things, if the secretion is not good, that leads to problem. So that is chemical. Okay, chemical. Then we can say biological. What do you say about biological? How biology enters here again, isn't it? So biology, due to some microorganisms. Can you say some microorganisms? Microorganisms, bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, all. So due to some pathogens, microorganisms, if there are any problems, if there are any diseases, then they are due to biological factors. Can you say some of the diseases, some diseases caused by microorganisms? Of course. Even typhoid, malaria, isn't it? We know very well. All these things now, corona. Okay, so biological. Then fourth one, it may be due to nutritional. Nutritional when we say vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiency. So if iron content is less, then it leads to anemia. Okay, so vitamin deficiency, night blindness occurs. Even rickets, You would have studied in your lower classes the tabular column. So vitamin deficiency, so nutritional, even everything, kwashiorkor, marasmus, protein deficiency, all such things, everything. So nutritional diseases also occur. Then some are genetical. This we have discussed in 4th lesson in biozoology. Genetical disorders, of course it happens, which we cannot treat, which we cannot know, do not know what to do, what's the reason, why it comes genetically. Okay, even sickle cell anemia is such a type, phenylketonuria, thalassemia, all diseases are genetical diseases. So some abnormalities there, so that also may occur. Okay, so these are some of the things. And how it happens, maybe something, this physical or physiological, morphological or psychological problems or diseases may occur because of environmental changes. Maybe due to environmental changes it occurs. So when I say about physical, it is also like temperature. Okay, in a warm place we may get some diseases, in a cold places we may get. So physical changes are also there. So environmental changes, and we can say the important thing as lifestyle. When our lifestyle changes, automatically the problems occur. So if we go for a good lifestyle, no problem will be there. If not, again problems may occur here. So genetical diseases occur. Okay, so these are some of the problems, lifestyle changes, environmental changes occur. So now, what are the classifications in this disease? So when we speak about the types, the major 2 types are infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious and non-infectious. These infectious diseases are also called as communicable diseases. Communicable diseases. This is non-communicable. Now you can understand the meaning of communicable and non-communicable, infectious and non-communicable. What is this communicable? From one person to another person. So the disease, the infection may transfer from one person to another. So the main problem of this transfer is due to microorganisms, which are called as pathogens. You would have seen pathology in microbiological laboratory. Pathology is nothing but the study of all these pathogens. Okay, which bacteria causes what, everything they'll learn. So pathogens. Okay, so communicable diseases are caused by pathogens. So what are pathogens now? So when we speak about pathogens, what do we have? Virus, bacteria, protozoa, fungi, some helminth parasites are there. So all come under pathogens. So when we speak about these infectious diseases, all the bacterial diseases are not so severe, but we cannot avoid saying that it can be curable also. Some are fatal and very, very difficult to cure, and even we know AIDS, isn't it? So we have so many diseases, communicable diseases are there, which we cannot cure also. Some are very, very severe in nature. So they are communicable diseases. But when we speak about non-communicable diseases, these diseases are not transferred from one person to other. So it is not transferred. So general only. So how these non-communicable diseases, what are the diseases come under here? So that may be genetical. Some genetical diseases may be there. It is not communicable. So from one person to another person, it will not be transferred infected. Okay, cystic fibrosis is a good example for genetical disorders. Or we can say nutritional disorder. As we discussed earlier, okay, nutritional diseases also occur. It is not communicable. It is non-communicable only, because a person does not have proper vitamins or minerals or carbohydrates. So accordingly, he will have that particular disease, and it will not be transferred to other one. So nutritional diseases are there. like vitamin deficiency, night blindness, or then finally degenerative, some problem in the physiology. Degenerative diseases are there. For example, heart attack. Isn't the block in the heart? Okay, if the normal pumping does not occur, if there is any block in the heart, you would have learnt in 10th standard. So then it leads to problem, but this is non-communicable. It will not. Diabetes. What about diabetes? Diabetes also by from one person to other person, it won't transfer by touching or using the utensils or anything, isn't it? So they are degenerative. The physiological problems are there. They are non-communicable in nature. So broadly we can classify as infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases are also called as communicable diseases, and non-infectious diseases are called as non-communicable diseases. Infectious diseases are caused by pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa and helminthal parasites. So this is what we have in the types of diseases. Now let's discuss about bacterial diseases in detail. Bacterial diseases. So we know many bacteria, right? Bacterium is the singular and bacteria plural. Many bacteria we know. Can you say some bacteria name? Bacillus. Okay, in Bacillus also there are many types. Then, is anything you know? Salmonella typhi, you would have learnt. Then, Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus. Where do you see Lactobacillus? Lacto, milk, isn't it? It's a Lactobacillus. In curd we can observe, of course. Then, yes. So there are many bacteria. Okay, all the bacteria are not problematic, or we can say they are not pathogenic. So they do not cause diseases. Like even we have E. coli in our body, colon itself, that is our small intestine. Okay, it's there. A normal amount should be present there. Okay, and everywhere. When lactobacillus is responsible for the conversion of milk into curd. So there are many bacteria which is responsible for good beneficial activities. At the same time, some bacteria are there to cause diseases, okay, to cause infections. So bacterial diseases, when we see, they emit toxins. They emit toxins. So some poisonous substances we can say. Toxic, we say no. Likewise, they emit some toxin. Clostridium botulinum. So tetani causing bacteria. They produce toxins. That toxins mixes up with the blood, with the body activity and disturbs. Okay. So they emit toxins and then affect the body. How do they spread? Some are airborne, through air. Now for corona also they say, isn't it? Air, through air. So bacteria, many bacteria are airborne. Some are waterborne by contaminated water. Contaminated water, this diseases may be caused. Waterborne diseases are there. Or inhaling the droplets, some droplets or aerosols we can say, air plus water. Okay, by inhaling aerosols it is. And some diseases are transmitted. Then transfer, we can use the word transmit. It is transmitted to one another by using the utensils of that infected person. Utensils means the vessels of. So utensils of the infected persons. Then dresses, using the same dress, that may also occur. So by that it is. And if you see, for every bacteria there is some particular test. For typhoid, if you see, there is a test called Widal. For typhoid we have Widal test. For everything we have some test. For malaria test. Likewise. So for typhoid, this is mentioned in your book that Widal test is done. Okay, Widal test. Now, so when we have such problem, okay, when we have bacterial diseases or for the prevention, generally antibiotics are used. antibiotics. You would have learnt antibiotics. Now, one question I would like to ask you: what is the difference between antiseptic and antibiotics? Antiseptic, antibiotic. Antiseptic, both are same. Someone is saying like both are same. Antiseptic is something you apply externally. So there is an injury, you apply antiseptic cream. Isn't it? Externally you take antiseptic. Antibiotic is internally. You take internally as tablets, likewise you take it. So internally, that is one reason. Then second one, antiseptic is something you do it after it happened. For example, you have an injury, so you apply antiseptic. Do you apply antiseptic on a very good hand before injury? We won't, isn't it? Antiseptic is something which we apply after that has happened. But antibiotics as a preventive measure also we can use. Now they say no, antibiotics is ready for corona all. So antibiotics, something we can use for preventing the entry of that particular organism, or even if the organism enters, we can compete it. That is antibiotics. Now what happens? Every bacteria, it will be, when the antibiotics, these antibiotics will kill the effect of bacteria, it will be okay. But at the same time, when the same antibiotics is used, there develops a resistance, a bacterial resistance occurs. Bacterial resistance, that is, the bacteria will, in the same thing we know, isn't it? For this person, my mom, she won't say anything, she will shout, but she won't beat us. We have an idea, isn't it? Even she scolds, she won't beat. We have some resistance. Likewise, some bacteria, when it is used, when the same antibiotics is used, the bacterial resistance occurs. The bacteria will not, the antibiotic will not fight against that particular bacteria. That also occurs. That is called as bacterial resistance. So what should we do? What should be done? One thing, should not take antibiotics even for minor causes. For minor causes, don't take antibiotics. That is very bad habit. Then same way for common cold, some viral infections. Okay, for the antibiotics is for bacteria, but we don't understand, and we take antibiotics for viral infections also. For common cold we take, for cough we take, for fever we take, all by virus only. But we do it for, we take antibiotics to kill bacteria, isn't it? So that we should understand. It's just ignorance only. Then third one, the dosage of the antibiotics, what is prescribed by the doctor should be consumed. What is prescribed by the doctor. So accordingly, if we take, that's no problem. The dosage should be completed also. Should not be consumed more, or should not be consumed less, should not be consumed often. If so, the bacterial resistance will not occur, the bacteria will be killed, or the antibiotics will stop the activities of the bacteria. Okay, so this is what antibiotics, bacterial resistance. Now, let's see some of the bacterial diseases in picture. Okay, so bacterial diseases, what are the bacterial diseases? How is it caused? What will be the symptoms of? We shall discuss now.
Shigellosis, bacterial dysentery. It is caused by Shigella species. The site of infection is intestine. It is transmitted through food and water contaminated by feces or fecal oral route. When you see the symptoms, the persons will have abdominal pain, dehydration, blood and mucus in the stool. Now you see bubonic plague. It is caused by the organism Yersinia pestis, but the vector is rat. The site of infection is lymph nodes, and you can see swollen lymph nodes and fever and headache. As given in the picture, there will be a lymph node in groin under armpits. Diphtheria is caused by Corynebacterium diphtheriae. The mode of transmission is droplet infection. Larynx, skin, nasal and genital passage are infected. The symptoms of diphtheria are fever, sore throat, hoarseness and difficulty in breathing. Now you see cholera, which is caused by the bacteria Vibrio cholerae. The site of infection is intestine, which is transmitted by contaminated food and water and by fecal oral route. The symptoms of cholera are severe diarrhea and dehydration. Tetanus, which is also called as lockjaw, is caused by the organism Clostridium tetani. The spasm of muscles is the site of infection and the symptoms are rigidity of jaw muscle, increased heartbeat rate and spasm of the muscles of jaw and face. The mode of transmission is wound infection. That is why after any wounds or cuts, we take TT injection. Typhoid fever caused by Salmonella typhi, which attacks the intestine and transmitted through contaminated food and water. Normally, the typhoid patients will have headache, abdominal discomfort, fever and diarrhea. Pneumonia, which causes lungs, caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae. Through droplet infection, it is transmitted and the symptoms are fever, cough, painful breathing and brown sputum. Tuberculosis, which infects lungs, is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Again, by droplet infection is the cause of mode of transmission and thick mucopurulent nasal discharge is the symptom of tuberculosis.
Dear students, when we speak about these diseases, we may feel that, this symptom I have, this I have seen all. Don't feel anything. Okay? So we are learning the symptoms. That's all. Okay? Don't get confused about all these things. Be cool. Have proper nutrition. Pray God we will be healthy enough. Okay? See you in next class with viral diseases and protozoan disease. Thank you.